Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I am back with another review. And today we are taking a look at, from the Transformers Siege line, this is the Decepticon Phantomstrike Squadron. This is the second of two Amazon exclusive battle packs that were just released late last week, earlier this week, over the weekend. And this set features the Voyager class Skywarp, Battlemaster Sharut, Fracas, and Terror-Daxal. All are repaints of pre-existing Battlemasters, whereas Skywarp is the final member of our classic Seeker Squadron, and he has a slightly different face sculpt than Thundercracker and Starscream. I gotta be honest with you, I'm a little stale on the Tetrajets. I mean, if you went ahead and got the Target exclusive Rainmaker set and Red Wing, you're up to 7 versions, and this set, you're up to 7 versions of the same mold, and I'm just not feeling it. So we're gonna get through this. We're gonna just show you what you got to show you. And I think we'll start off and we'll take a look at the Battle Masters. Okay, so here are the Battle Masters. We'll start off with Terror-Daxal, since it's the newest repaint of the bunch. Actually, it's a kind of a nice play on the words Terra and Daxal, and you get the little axe play on there. As with the original version, you can actually bring these wings in a little bit more and turn the blast effect around, and with that peg there, it actually is a third blaster. It transforms exactly the same. Bring the wings out, bring the head up, bring the tail back. There you go. Stand them up like so, or a flying mode. I kind of dug this. I kind of dig this mold. I like the fact that it is a melee weapon. Unfortunately, the Autobots seem to have gotten stuck with mostly melee weapons, which I find kind of interesting. Moving along, here is Shrute, who apparently is a rename of one of Spinister's Target Masters. We are getting Spinister, so you can give this to Spinister, and the other Target Master from Spinister, since he was a double Target Master, will be released as a single card, and but I think it's going to be a repaint of this. So all in all, this mold will have 3 uses, which will tie it with the blowpipe mold. So, but there's the blast effects. I'm not taking them off because I'm afraid of losing them. These blast effects were one of the ones that my cat particularly liked to knock around and play with, and I lose a whole day trying to find it. So, fold it back. There it is. All nice and stuff. I know there's been some discussion that the colors aren't exactly accurate, but what are you going to do? As we know with these sets, anything included in the set has to be molded using coloring that's already there. Like, if you notice, the blast effects here kind of match, and they do match to the plastic of Skywarp's cockpit. So there you go. But this is Fracas. Looks nothing like Fracas. In this case, I really have to say that I think Takara did a better job when they released it. But again, this is actually the only second use of the modes, so I think so. That's actually kind of good. Although I think it was kind of retooled for blowpipe. So, but fold everything back, and there you go. There's the head, and actually leaving these on, it's like these old jetpack. But I mean, that's what it is with the Battle Masters. I mean, I know a lot of people really dig them, and I kind of dig them too, just to give extra armament to the figures. But then again, when they're named characters like Fracas, it's really supposed to go with Scourge. And We're now 2 lines removed from when Scourge was readily available. I have him packed away somewhere. I don't know. I'm sure other people do too. So, it's kind of like, what's the point? So, there's the Battle Masters. We'll pause. We'll take a closer look at Skywarp. Okay, and here's Skywarp, and let's be honest, there's really no point to have a discussion about Skywarp without bringing in Thundercracker and Starscream. Basically, it's the same mold. It's in that gray, purple, and gunmetal. There's no black, unlike the original figure. That this darker color is like a gunmetal gray. You have the silver gray. The patterns for the battle damage are exactly the same. I think that's a little bit easier to see between Thundercracker and Skywarp. It actually might be a little bit thinner than you might think. I think here the applications show up a little bit better. Yes, it does seem a little fainter on Skywarp, I think, because that's silver. But it's the same mold, the same transformation. I should mention that Skywarp does have the fixed chest plate that Thundercracker and Redwing has. And if you were not an early adopter, like I and many other people were, and were kind of waiting and hoping for a repair for Starscream, there is. And apparently they will fix the chest plate, but also change the Decepticon logo on the inside of the wing. Either this is the movie design and it's going to the animated design or toy design, or this is the animated toy design and they're going to the movie design. Somebody actually was kind enough to point out the difference between the two, and God bless their souls, but I really couldn't tell the difference. So that's about it for vehicle mode. It's the Tetrajet. We've seen it, like I said, several times already. So we're going to pause, and I get to transform all 3 of these at the same time. We've gone over the transformation before. Go check out one of my other video reviews for that. And yeah, so we'll go from this. Okay, and here's them in robot mode. Again, battle damage is roughly the same layout, positioning, and what have you. And Skywarp does have a new face. As you can see, he has a slightly curled down lip right over there, like a sneer. And basically what I think happened is Thundercracker and Redwing got the face that Starscream was supposed to get. Thundercracker was supposed to get Starscream's face, which is a neutral face, and Skywarp has the face that was always intended for the figure. Now, what happened? I don't know. I know people have already started swapping faces around. Just a reminder, there is a screw involved. It's not just popping the head off and popping it back on. I really don't want to get too involved in it and put the effort in. Also, I should mention, like Skywarp, like Thundercracker, like Redwing, the figure comes partially mistransformed in package. The instructions do mention the part where the rear boosters are pegged in for vehicle mode instead of robot mode. They do not mention that the head plate should be between the 2 shoulder pilots. Really not much to say about the set. I mean, here they are, the classic Seekers, in their Tetrajet mode. But I'm just not excited. Maybe if there was a tie-in animation. Maybe if they were part of the main line and came out a little spaced out and we weren't hit with Redwing and the Rainmakers, it would feel a little more special. But all in all, I'm just not as excited about having all 3 of the Seekers now in Siege as I have been in the past. All in all, the Decepticon Phantomstrike Squadron is an okay set. Really, you're buying it just for Skywarp. Um, the Battle Masters are fun, but I mean they're repaints and not even just maybe slight retools and of like previous ones. But I mean, they could have put on new barrels or something to make them different and make them look more like the weapons they're supposed to homage in those characters. Um, I mean, as a Skywarp is a perfect figure. I mean, he's solid. The joints are tight. Nothing's popping off like Starscream. The Battle Masters still peg together well. I mean, let's be honest, you're going to probably leave them in weapon mode for most of the time. I'm just not excited over this set as excited as I was for the Autobot Alpha Strike Counterforce Firestormer set. And, you know, I really don't know if I can even recommend it. I mean, if you want the Seekers to have the full team, you have to get the set. And I wouldn't recommend waiting because there's a good chance this will sell out and Amazon will not restock. So, a lot to think about, but this is your old pal Chuck for Skywarp, and here, the Battle Masters. I haven't really handled them much. Terror-Daxal, Fracas, and Shroot. We will see you next time.